Who are the pretenders and who are the contenders? We're more than halfway through the NFL season, but DraftKings Sportsbook is still pumping out unbeatable offers every single game. New customers can bet just $5 on anything and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game day this October. Get in on all the football action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now and use code Shannon. New customers can bet just $5 on anything and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only DraftKings Sportsbook with code Shannon. The crown is yours. Hello, welcome to another episode of Nightcap. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite 85.
Yeah,
the best route runner in NFL history.
The history.
Six-time Pro Bowl player.
Six should have been 7.
Bengals Ring of Famer, Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Yeah. Ocho, what's going on, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm happy. I'm glad to be here again. It's something about the day. I was excited and just waiting for this opportunity to be on the show tonight because I got so much to talk about. I have so much to get off my chest, and that's pretty much it. I'm ready to go.
Good. Before we jump into the topics, please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please tell family and friends so you're notified when Ocho and I are going live, and we do that quite frequently. We're thinking about adding another day. We haven't decided on that yet.
Another day?
Make sure you click that subscribe button to make sure that you are notified anytime Nightcap is available. Unc and Ocho. The Vikings hand Niners their second straight loss, 22-17. Brock Purdy, 21 of 30, 272, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Kirk Cousins, 35 of 45, 378, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Jordan Addison had a night when Justin Jefferson was out nursing that hamstring injury. He had 7 catches, $123, and 2 touches. What was one of your big takeaways from tonight's game, Ocho?
My biggest takeaway from tonight's game, I said it before the game even started. I tweeted out, I said, Jordan Addison and Hockenson have to have a day. They got to have a day. As long as Brian Flores and his defense did what they needed to do, they did just that. McCaffrey, well into the third quarter, didn't have over 3 yards of carry. They stifle Kittles until I think maybe late in the third quarter, he had an over route. That was his longest catch of the day. The defense did their job. 2 interceptions, but offensively, I think the most important thing on why the Vikings won the game, of course they scored, but on third down, they were above 70% well into the fourth quarter on third down. Being able to get those first downs and keep those drives going and score points is one of the reasons why they won the game outside of the defense playing some goddamn good football.
Yeah, the 49ers could not get off the field on third down, and that's when you lose the game because you give them 3 more cracks at you. You do a great job. You can stop them on first down. You stop them on second down, and you're like, okay, we're 1 down away from getting off the field, giving our offense an opportunity to get back. And they could not get off the field on third down. But it seems like to me, Brian Flores, what he went to this game said, you know what? Christian McCaffrey's not running this football. Yeah. We want the elite Brock Purdy. We want the ball in his hand, and we want him to throw the ball. Right. And, they got that swing pass to McCaffrey. They caught him in a blitz on the backside. They swing it out. The wide receivers do a great job of blocking.
Murphy got to make that tackle, man. Murphy playing around. He got to make that tackle, man.
But what did you take away? I'm looking at defenses and the way they're going to approach the 49ers, especially with no Debo and Trent, because I thought they did a great job of protecting considering Trent wasn't in there. But they shut down McCaffrey and the run game and put the ball in Brock Purdy's hand and says, we don't believe you can beat us.
Right. I think, well, you know what? Not only did they believe that he couldn't beat us, they did a great job, obviously, of stopping the game, but the secondary played really well as well, played really good as well. Being able to stop Kittles with Debo being out, obviously Trent Williams not being in there, they did a great job in the secondary. I'm not sure what defense Brian Flores ran tonight. I'm not sure what it was.
They played a lot of man.
Yeah, that too. But what is that telling us? What is that telling us? Brandon Ayuk is out there. Are we saying that they can't get open against man?
Well, he played. I mean, Brandon Ayuk, he caught some passes. I mean, they were going to him early. He did a great job. And Jennings got going late. but
Late,
it was
he
in
did.
between. The turnover. It seemed like the 49ers are drive about to open the game after they pick off Cousins early in the ball game. They're driving down the field. McCaffrey coughs it up, and instead of getting 7-3 out of that drive, here comes Minnesota back. They put a drive in the end zone, and so instead of being up 7-0, 3-0, you find yourself down 7-0.
Yeah, one of the balls sailed on Brock. I think it might have been a dig route. I think it might have been a dig route. He was trying to throw it. Sailed a little bit, and once I can't remember his last name. What was his last name? I got the interception. Once he got that second one. I knew. I had a feeling it was going. I had a feeling he was going to throw a pick, because whenever you put the ball in the quarterback's hands and you have to score at that point defensively, you can cheat a little bit. You can cheat a little bit because they got to inch their way down the football field and not just take one huge chunk.
Right. But when you look at it, you could tell early on that the ball was sailing on him. He threw one early to Kittle and got Kittle hit in the groin. So the ball was sailing on him early. And so it felt like, you know what? It might be a problem tonight, him being able to control the football. I'm surprised considering their work. They are indoors and there is no element that's in play. Right. You got a 72-degree controlled environment. So I thought he would have better control of the football than what he showed. But give the Minnesota Vikings credit, their defense. And how about Cousins? 35 of 45, 378, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and playing well in a primetime game.
With no Justin Jefferson.
No JJ. We know we beat him up when he plays bad. Prime time, Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. But tonight, he was the main reason.
Elite?
He was the main reason.
Can we call him elite?
For tonight?
I'm just asking you, based on, listen, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Ocho, but we got to stop. If a guy has a good game, he's elite. If he plays bad, he's a bad. Can we? I'm just asking.
Okay.
What has Kirk Cousins' body of work shown you over a decade? Has his body of work showed you that he's elite?
No, it's been up and down. But what Kirk has showed us is that he's capable of playing consistent football and making sure and giving his team a chance to win. He just hasn't crossed over that hump yet. But he's consistent in the regular season. He's good enough to get there. They just haven't gotten over that hump.
Good. Oh, look, good enough to get where? Where exactly they're into the playoffs?
Yeah, well, yeah. They always on the verge for the past 10 years. Yeah. He's not elite, but he's like right there, right on the verge, right on the verge.
What's wrong with being in here? Okay, if elite's right here and the floor is right here, why can't a guy be in between there? Why does he have to be this or that?
Okay, but listen, he's not that far below when you talk about the floor. He's right underneath the tier 1 quarterbacks. He's right there underneath, based on the body of work that he's put up the past decade. He is. All
right. 49ers had 3 turnovers in their first 6 games. They had 3 turnovers tonight. And remember, when a team is down some of their best players, if you're a better football team and you turn the ball over, either you go down to their level or you raise them up to your level. One of the two, whichever one you choose to do. But that's what you do when you turn the ball over. But give Minnesota credit because they turned the ball over also, and they still found a way to win this ball game.
One of the things that they were able to stop, and there was no sign of, brother Nick Bosa.
No, they didn't really get pressure. I thought they would do a better job of pressuring.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have. And the fact that Kirk Cousins was able to sit in the pocket with bodies around him and facilitate the ball at will was amazing to see. And the funny thing about it, this entire week of football has been weird. Would you consider this an upset?
Yes, absolutely. They were the Niners were a 7-point favorite.
Not only were the Niners a 7-point favorite, the Patriots beat the Bills. The Steelers beat the Rams. Obviously, and the Vikings just now beating the 49ers. Who would ever thought? I know a lot of people, a lot of gambling and betting people are upset at the slate of games that happened this week.
Well, this is one thing after watching Kirk Cousins through the years, we know that you got to pressure him. If you and this is what, look, this is not earth-shattering news. I'm not interrupting your normally scheduled programming, telling you something you didn't know. Most quarterbacks, when you punch them in their mouth, whether you talk about the greats, Montana, Brady, Manning, Elway, whomever, when you pressure them, you greatly reduce their success rate.
Right.
But Kirk Cousins, we know, is even magnified because those elite guys, sometimes when you pressure them, they still will look down the barrel and make a throw. But we've seen Cousins over the years, he kind of folds, he succumbs to a lot of that pressure. But tonight, they didn't get pressure on him, and his stat line shows that they didn't get pressure on him. 35 of 45, 378, 2 touchdowns and a pick. So, in this division, do you think the Vikings can give the Lions trouble? Because I think the Lions, even though they lost handedly yesterday to the Ravens, I still believe that this is the Lions' division to lose.
I think it is still the Lions division. The Lions are playing really good football right now, and I think even though they're coming off of a loss, they're going to respond extremely well in their next game. The Vikings without Justin Jefferson aren't beating the Lions, and I think even with Justin Jefferson coming back and them having to work him back in slowly, even though he's coming off an injury, I think it's too much ground to make up to actually unseat the Lions and winning that division. Too much ground to make up.
Okay, it was announced today that the Miami Dolphins will be featured on HBO Hard Knocks. I guess it's for the rest of the season, right? For the rest of the season. Obviously, they have very compelling storyline. Mike McDaniel, hey, he loves to have fun. They do his interview, and he takes off running. He's very animated on the sideline. He's very jovial. You got Tua in his story. You got Tyreek in that track team. So I think it's a very compelling storyline. You and I were both on the show. I was in Baltimore in 2001, and we kicked off Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
You were on the 5th and the 7th season.
Yeah.
Talk about some of your experience with the cameras and having to try to offer the fans a glimpse and a day in the life of a player that's in training camp, be it a veteran player.
Well, listen, that was one of the best experiences to me. Obviously, allowing people to see what it's like inside of training camp, seeing the work ethic that not just I put in, but my teammates, what goes into day-to-day practices, our schedules as far as meetings, obviously the cutthroat part of the business. Obviously, when it's time to get cut, but it was fun. It was very fun. Just being myself, being authentic, being my organic self. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was the birthing of Child Please, one of my sayings, and Kiss the Baby, and some other stuff like that. And it just allowed the people to see a different side of us outside of seeing the finished product on Sundays at 1:00, and what I like to call the politically correct interviews that we do on Sundays after games. I think that's Hard Knocks is really good because it shows a different side of all the players.
Yeah, it gives you an opportunity of the players getting ready, the meeting time, how much meeting time, the prep work, guys getting massages and the guys getting in the cold tub and the guys doing things to get ready because you break your body down, and then somehow you got to get it back together for the next day at practice. And the difficult side, some of these players' dreams will go unrealized. You made it there, but this is as far as it goes. And the realization that my dream of being an NFL player is not going to materialize. And now I've got to branch back into the real world and you had a great run. You were probably a pretty good high school player, good to great high school player, had a very good, college career, but that next level isn't going to happen to you. And sometimes watching the guys, because you get close to some of the guys and you see how hard and how much work they put into it. And then to realize that, you know what, it's over now.
Yeah, listen, that's a tough job. That's a tough job to do, especially for coaches. And when you get there, when you hear that knock on the door, and they say, bring your playbook, man, that has to be one of the worst feelings. And the fact that obviously Hard Knocks has cut it out. I think they cut out that part where they show people getting released now, right? They no longer show that.
I don't think they do.
It's honest. It's just the truth of the business, and it's just the way it is. Obviously, my childhood dream, it wasn't even to be an NFL player. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be a marine biologist because I love dogs and I love killer whales. But the fact that grandma, obviously, with football being my outlet and something for me to do based on the area where I was in, because it's either you playing sports and there's no other route. I definitely wanted to be no academic scholar. Unc, I can be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest with you.
With definitely your grades, you could have got in prison.
Hey, listen, grandma is the reason I was able to make it, man. And that day when I saw that name go across that across that ticker.
Ticker.
Yeah, she was the first one I went to, man. And I told her, I say, Mommy, we made it. Man, she told me, listen, this is just the beginning of your journey.
Right.
This was just
It
the
is.
beginning. And then it starts all back over again. It's an entire different set of goals that I had to set and
Right.
conquer.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And that's what a lot of times I tell the guys. I say, this isn't the end. This is the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is step one. You're here, making the team. Now, is it just good enough that you made the team? What do you want to be? I didn't want to be a guy, just a guy. I wanted to be the guy. I wanted to be depended on. I wanted the guys, I wanted people to have my jersey on. I wanted people to like throw the ball to Sharpe. I wanted my teammates to say, hey, man, get that thing to Sharpe. Get that thing to Sharpe. Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. It wasn't good enough. Like, I'm on the team. Oh, yeah, I play for the Broncos. Well, what position do you play? You know, do you start or what do you do? No. I needed people to know. Right. I needed when my grandmother turned the TV on, my sister would turn the TV on to the channel that we're going to be on, right? That she knew her baby was out there. Yeah, baby, I saw my baby. He had a good game. So that's for me, that was my goal. That's what it was. Not just getting to the NFL, because I've always dreamed, but now that I'm here, I can't go back.
Right. Listen, I had no choice to go back because, like my grandma told me, I got in trouble at Lynx University and I got thrown out of school. And I told you I came home on the plane and she said, I washed my hands with you. I've done all I can do, and shipped me to my mama. There was no coming back. So once I made it, once I got the opportunity in the NFL, there were no more doors. There were no more doors I could walk through. I had no choice but to make it work. And of course, I get drafted by the Bengals. At that time, we were the laughing stock of the NFL. And I got my homeboys in the hood. You know, we in Liberty City. We celebrating. It's like, golly, Ocho, boy, you went to the Bengals. They laughing. It's like, listen, give me a year or two, and it won't be so funny. I said, give me a year or two, and I will do all I can to make sure we're not the laughing stock of the league, but I will make us fun to watch again. I will give that city and those fans something to be proud of. I will make people happy and feel okay wearing jerseys, Cincinnati jerseys, outside of Cincinnati. And I think I just did that. Obviously, you the end goal is to have a Lombardi trophy, but that's a team, that's a team achievement and accomplishment. I fell short of that, but everything else I lived up to.
But going back, what was I going back to? The reason I fought so hard was I didn't have to go back to visit, but I wasn't going back to stay. There was nothing. There was no gravitational pull. And that's what I didn't understand, Ocho. I had guys, I had teammates in college when I got to Savannah State in 86. Yeah. And I remember there were guys in the 80s, even I can remember guys that were very talented, but they like, man, Sharpe, this ain't for me. Man, I got to get back home. I mean, it was a girl that, I had a couple of teammates that had girlfriends back home, and they were homesick.
You serious? Time out. Are you serious?
Yeah, DA, dead ass. Yes, they had to go back. I had a teammate that was so good. He went to the league. I ain't gonna call his name because I'm not gonna embarrass him. But he wanted to come back and hang with his homeboys. He wanted to come back and hang with his homeboys.
You dead ass?
He was good. His feet was as good as any DB that I faced. I'm not saying he was the best DB that I faced even in the league, but his feet, the way he could get in and out of breaks, the way he could flip his hips. But he wanted to be with his homeboys.
Help me understand. I've been playing the game of football since I was 4 years old. Having a dream, obviously, of reaching the childhood pinnacle of my dreams of being an NFL player and getting the opportunity to do so. And his first thought was, I want to go home and hang with my homeboys.
But see, that was your dream. I'm not so sure that was his dream. He happened to be good at it. He was good at it in high school. He was good at it in college. But I mean, at a certain point in time, you have to make up your mind. How good do I want to be? And do I want to make this a career?
Right.
Because once you get that level, everybody was all conference, everybody was an honorable mention, all American, but this got a buckets. And see, the thing is, Ocho, and this is what I tell people. Whenever you come to the Broncos or whenever you came to the Ravens, whatever award you won, we had to see was it deserved. Whether you was the Buckers, whether you was the Thorpe, you won a Heisman Trophy, you were an All-American, I needed to see why.
Right. Hey, that's hard to picture, man. That's hard to picture. I'm trying to wrap my head around, even if that wasn't his dream, to be able to reach the pinnacle of being
Ocho,
one of the 1%. Like, how do you say that and want to go back home? Go back home and do what?
how many homeboys you had in high school that
That
was
was better than
talent?
me?
I had,
Oh,
yes, and
what?
dropped out to smoke weed or dropped out to sell
Listen,
dope.
I know people gonna see this. That's from Miami. I had so many people from
Mhm.
Miami Central, from Miami Northwestern, Keelan High School. I can go through so many schools where people were much better than I was. I was decent. I'm like I like to call it. I was a late bloomer. I was a late bloomer. There were some dudes that I knew were going to the NFL that were much better than me. And for whatever reason, I don't know what happened. Obviously, once I left the college, we all lose track at some point. We
Mhm.
lose track of each other. But dude, there are people that I looked up to in high school. To this day, I can name them off. I wanted to be like them growing up. Magic Benton, Marquise Cooper, Cedric Cherry, Snoop Menace, Lynn Coleman, Sent. Wait, hold on. I can go. I got chills just not right now. Think about some of them dudes, man. Tutu Atwell. Um, I can keep going, man. It's so many, dude. I want to be like all them boys, and I look up to them. And one of the reasons, um, not Cedric. What's role? Damn, what's his name? What's his name from Norland,
Samari?
man? No, not Samari, because Samari played with me. Remember, Samari was a senior, and I was
Yeah.
a freshman at Beach High.
Okay.
He played receiver at Omar Roll. Omar
Okay.
Roll. Play receiver. Like I wanted to be like them. And one of the things that kept me going was watching them play when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to make it. I wanted to be like Magic. I wanted to be like, man, oh my goodness, Tyrone Butterfield, Ronald Washington, all these dudes. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to be like them. And I think the drive in me wanting to be successful like them is what got me to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And still to this day, I ain't seen these boys in so long, but this is one of the few times I've been on a platform to tell them they probably gonna see this, man. I appreciate y'all because they is part of my motivation. I never saw them to be able to let them know.
Yeah, I think a lot of the best part about Hard Knocks, let me get back on subject with the Hard Knocks, is that
Yeah,
when I
my
had when
bad,
we first
my bad.
no, we good. That's the one thing that we do. We get to talk about what we want to talk about. I mean, hey, look, people, you tune in for the football takes, but you stay for the stories.
Mm-hmm.
That I had because I thought like kind of like after we did it, it
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a lot of other people wanted to get the
Mm-hmm.
limelight. I give
Mm-hmm.
Brian Billick, I give Ozzy a
Mm-hmm.
credit for this. It's about the players.
Yeah.
So Goose, myself, rest in peace, Goose, Ray,
Goose. Yeah.
Rod. It was about us and let us give
Mm-hmm.
us an opportunity to show our personalities because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times it is about playing pranks. It is about playing jokes on
Yeah.
one another and doing things. I wish you could like if they could have when we would when I went back to Denver,
Mm-hmm.
how we used to steal teammates' car, drive them off for like drive them like a mile. You could see it in the distance. We leave the car running with the doors
Right.
open. So
Yeah.
now you look up down the hill, you look up there like, man, Sharpe, man, why you do that? Man, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm at practice. How I take your car way up there
Right. Right.
and leave
Right.
it on running with the doors open, man? And then when they get out, the battery dead. You know what I'm saying? or we would take their clothes,
Right.
dip them in the cold tank,
Mm-hmm.
and when they get out, put them in the freezer. When they get out, they still. Man, ain't nobody did this but
Yeah,
Sharpe.
but
I know
y'all,
ain't
yeah,
nobody did it. Bro, why
they
Sharpe did everything? Why I
they
gotta be the guy? Y'all blame me.
they got me good my rookie year. I never forget. I had an IS 300, and first car ever. First car. Obviously, I didn't have a car until I got to the NFL. I had a little small little IS 300, and they turned my car on, rolled the windows down, and somebody took the fire extinguisher
Mm-hmm.
and they
And
sprayed
let
the
it off in
fire
there.
extinguisher and let it off in the car. So when I woke up the following morning, the entire interior is all white. So now I come out, I'm 38 hot. I'm like, yo, I go to coach. It was Dick LeBeau at the time. I go to Dick
Right.
LeBeau. I say, Coach LeBeau, man, somebody playing around with my car, man. I just got this. Like, what we doing? And then he explained to me how it
You a
goes
rookie.
on in the NFL. You're a rookie. It's a part of the hazing. It's a part of the routine.
Yep.
Boom. Same day. Same day. I go to practice. My clothes I wore to go to practice. I come in. They soaking in the cold tub.
Yep.
They didn't put my clothes in the cold tub.
Yep.
So now I'm hot and I want to fight. And then until I find out it's a goddamn D lineman. It's the goddamn D lineman playing jokes. Man, I ain't want no part of that.
Yeah.
I ain't want no part of that. So
I mean, we do all
kind
kind. Ocho, we did all kind of stuff. I mean, we guys be like, okay, because we like to wait till the last minute. We already got our pads, got our pants on, and so we know we go grab your pads like they're late. So we gonna put powder, or we'll put water up in your shoulder pad. So when you reach up there and pull them down, dump it on you. Or I nail the locker shut. So I go back and nail the locker shut. They can't get in it.
What about the baby powder?
In your helmet,
the baby powder, the helmet. Or you put the helmet on.
we put a warm Snicker bar in your helmet, and you put it on. You'll be out there sweating chocolate and everything.
Man, listen.
Hey, but that was it. I mean, look, that was to get through. But you knew who to do that to and who not to do that to.
Who not to? Oh yeah,
because it definitely caused a fight now.
It get ugly now.
It definitely caused a fight.
It get ugly.
So you knew who to play with and who not to play with. Sean Payton says he got sushi with the family even though he doesn't eat sushi or he doesn't like sushi.
Right.
He says, I'm driving home last night, heading to get sushi. I don't like sushi. And I find myself circling around the parking lot. Why can't I be happy? Well, you're searching for the perfect game. I'm just that way. I'm a good team player here. My wife likes it. My kids like it. Hell, everyone at the party likes it. So I'm a team player. My children would never take me to a sushi restaurant. I barely even order alcohol in front of me. Are you that big of a team player that it's something that you don't like? And most sushi restaurants, that's all they got. It's not like they got a diverse menu that you can choose from. Okay, you know what? I want a burger. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to get a chicken. Most of the time when it's sushi, that's kind of what the menu, because I'm not so sure you're going to a restaurant that has a diverse menu, that has sushi, has burger, has pizzas and stuff like that. No. So you're kind of limited when you go to a sushi restaurant. Are you a team player?
Yeah, I think I'm a team player to an extent, but if my team and my family and my wife and my kids actually love me, I don't think they will put me in a position to take me somewhere where they know I'm not going to enjoy the food. And that's including my woman too. I would hope, you don't force me to do something just so you can say, well, if you love me, you'll do it. Well, if you love me, you wouldn't have had me doing something that I don't like before you met me.
Right.
I would hope so. But I understand where Sean is coming from. If the kids like it, if the wife likes it, that's a part of marriage. That's a part of being in a relationship. It's called sacrifice. Sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You're right. It's tough, but I'm very fortunate that my kids know my palate.
Right.
And so they know, like, okay, when they when they talk about going out to eat, the first thing, I mean, they know me so well. Okay, what is daddy gonna eat? So they're thinking, even though it's them, it's like they know daddy is gonna only eat certain things. And so daddy's paying for it. So let's make sure daddy likes it.
You know what I do like though? When now that we're on the topic of restaurants and eating, my kids, obviously, I have a lot of kids, and I have two divas, maybe three. I have one that's a little bit more lenient. I have two divas, Sade and Jakira. Sade and Jakira, and they are 5-star eating, dress up, giving looks, makeup, hair, lashes, everything got to be done. Now, for them too, I don't care where you want to go. You want to go to Poppy Steak? You want to go to Zuma? All those nice restaurants.
The high end.
I would the high end stuff. I would take the time out to go in there and fake it.
Right.
I would go in there and fake it because it's not a all the time thing. It's an occasion. Obviously, everybody's in college. My daughter's out in LA. So anytime we home and we can all get together, I have no problem being a team player when it comes to them.
But the best part about it is my kids are really not finicky. They're pretty much, I mean, they're very, very, I think because of the way that when we went out, we kind of went to like American fare. We didn't really branch out. So it wasn't like, okay, let's go get sushi, or let's go to or let's go get Thai, or let's go get, we didn't do that. So for the most part, they're like, okay, we went to high-end steak restaurants and things of that nature. So that's kind of where their palate is now. I think my youngest, I think Pooh will eat sushi. I think Kiara does. I'm not so sure about Kayla. She's never mentioned it to me, but I think
Right.
my youngest daughter, Pooh, I think she does eat it. And
Eat sushi
my
already?
sushi, yeah.
Ooh.
Ocho, my kids grown, bro. I ain't got no young kids like you.
No.
My kids, hell nah.
Listen,
My kids,
that's another topic we can get on about, you starting back over, man, having a nice little one, and because it can make even though I'm not gonna say your age, but having another child, it can do wonders for you, man. It can do wonders for you and bringing that youth back into your life. So that's another topic we can touch on later on down the line.
it'll bring my summers to a close. I look at my life as far as summers. I like to
Right.
think that I got at least 20 summers left. I'm not
Yes,
so
sir.
sure if bringing the kid into the equation don't take about 5 or 6 of them summers off.
No, not really. So if you think you got 20 summers left without an infant, with an infant, you might want to add 10 more summers of that. I'm just saying
Mm.
it's in the Bible.
Look, I got off really good. My kids were really good. Obviously,
Yeah.
my oldest daughter, she lived with me her junior and
Hmm.
senior year, and
Uh-huh.
so obviously, you get a young lady with her
Hmm.
emotions, and
Right.
get me. I'm rigid. I'm
Right.
very
Right.
structured. She's
Right.
not rigid. She's not
Hmm.
structured. But I
Hmm.
think the thing now, in talking to her now, and I'm so proud of the young woman that she's turned into,
Hmm.
is that when we have conversation, she's like, Dad, I didn't see it at the time, but I
Hmm.
really appreciate it now. And it's
Mm.
kind of like it was when I was with my grandmother. When they telling my grandmother and my grandfather sharing all these stories, you're a
Hmm.
kid, you don't know. You just want to do what you want to do.
Right.
But now, and for me, and I tell people this all the time, I can remember everything my grandfather said to me. My grandfather died in February of 77. I was
Mm.
8 years old, about to be 9. And I can remember everything my grandfather said. I can
Right.
tell you, my grandmother lived until I was 43 years of age. I can tell you every time my grandmother has ever got upset at me. And I can tell
Right.
you why, and I can tell you what I did.
Mm.
That's how the impact of
Right.
what
That.
they were, what they said, and how they treated me,
Hmm.
the impact that it had. And so for my kids to like appreciate it, because look, I
Right.
was hard on them. I was
You
because
were.
that's yeah, I was.
So
Yes,
you were the disciplinarian.
absolutely.
Yeah, see, I was a total opposite, and one of the few things that I commend those that I have kids from, they did one hell of a job.
Right.
They did one hell of a job because I was more lenient. I was more lenient, and all my
Mm-hmm.
kids turned out to be phenomenal in the area as far as getting in trouble and making some of the right decisions. And
Yeah.
I don't want to take the credit. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm going to take the credit for what they turned out to be. All credit is due to the mothers, and because of them and because of the structure and discipline that they did have, even with
Mm-hmm.
the young ones, it's the same way. Everyone has turned out to be phenomenal, and I've never been on a platform like this to be able to give them the credit that they do and give them
Yeah.
their just due. But man, most definitely, I'm very, very, very grateful for them. But because of that structure and discipline, it's allowed me to be able to do some of the things that I've done now, even to this day, just throughout the years, and
Mm-hmm.
everything is going so smooth and transition because of them.
Yeah. It was difficult because I'm away playing, and
Hmm.
when they
Hmm.
come over,
Right,
their mom was a little bit was a little more or less a little lenient than
right,
I
right,
am.
right, right,
So
right.
you ain't standing on the couch. You're not jumping on the bed. You're not running through the house. You're not leaving doors open and things like that. So they looking
Hmm.
at me like, but to their mom's credit, there's like, okay, and they were kind of like, your dad is a little different than I am. Your
Right,
dad
right,
is a little
right,
bit more structured. Your daddy's
right, right.
voice carries a little bit more as the
Well,
mom.
wait,
He's a
yeah.
yeah, and so, but to give those guys credit, their parents, their mom did a great job. They
Hmm.
always, the kids always had obviously the utmost, and even though
Hmm.
we had our issues at times because
Yeah.
we were young,
Same.
we had our issues, and but we worked through those things.
Right.
Um, I think the biggest thing for me is that looking back at it, like, okay, I could have handled that differently. Yeah, you
Hmm.
could have, and we talked about it, and I think
Right.
we're in a great place now. But the
Hmm.
kids, for me, they understood. I could just give my kids that because I would take them to the mall, and,
Hmm.
and people would ask like, "How do you get your kids to do that? Like, do what?"
Right.
They're like, they sit down, they don't move, they're not running around. I mean, my kids will be all over the place.
Right.
Oh no,
You don't play
oh
that?
no. Mm-mm. 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 You show out, you get woe
Wait.
out. It really is. Hey, that's how but see, you know, if you're not
Hey,
careful,
you sound like my grandma, man.
but you know what? If you're not careful,
Right.
you would do it, and you know, you're like, and I didn't, you know, I didn't discipline my kids much. It had to be something that really I thought that they really needed to learn a lesson in this situation because, and people are like, well, why are you so hard on them? I say I wouldn't be. If they were going to stay that size and that age, I let them do what the hell they want to do because everybody think kids cute.
Right.
But one day they're going to be teenagers. And if I'm fortunate enough, I'll see them they'll be adults and I'll be able to see my grandkids.
Yeah.
So I need to teach them right from wrong and understand and discipline and work ethic.
Right.
You want something, hey, you need to, you know, and I've had this conversation with people that work their way from the mud, like we say, we got it out the mud.
Get out the mud
from the concrete.
Right.
How do you instill that work ethic in them when you got 25,000, you got maids, you got chefs, you got chauffeurs, you got security detail? How do you instill that?
That's a good question.
That's in your kids.
I'm asking you, how did you do that?
Well, what did I tell you?
Yeah.
I'm last option, not first choice.
Okay. I'm gonna try that. But it's hard. It's hard for me to say no. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm hard. Whether I'm the first option or the last option, if somebody texts my phone, you know it's coming.
Well, I think the thing is for me is that they know it better be a good reason. Now, the question is, why didn't you come to me first? You get yourself in a bind because you trying to do something and not let me find out about it. Right, I'm going to need to know why you didn't come to me first.
Right.
I don't need to know all your business. You're grown. But remember now, if you grown all the time. Don't be grown when you need daddy. Because, you know, a lot of times kids, I'm grown, you know, okay, you grown. But it took me a while to be able to like, okay, they are grown. Because I remember the first time I went out with my kids and and they came by with the drink menus. And my kids got the menu and they're looking like, okay, I'll take this. And I look like, they're like, Daddy, we 25, we 26. I'm like, you right. You're not kids anymore.
They caught me off guard on our trips. You know, we take our annual trips when everybody get out of school. Man, we in Jamaica, we in Mexico, and I'm looking at y'all ordering who? Ordering what? And I'm looking at Rail, and it hadn't clicked, even though they grown, you know, 25.
Yeah.
20, like, okay. I'm not used to that. But then then I'm doing the preaching, but why y'all not like your daddy? Why y'all not like your daddy? Because your daddy ain't never had a sip of alcohol a day in life. But here y'all go. Y'all drinking.
Dang. You know what?
It's all good.
But that's them. They have their own identity. What got me excited doesn't get them excited. Right. And I wanted them to have their own identity. And for the most part, my kids won't tell you who they are. Now, obviously, my oldest daughter, she kind of looks like me. So the first thing they see her, they're like, you look just like your dad. But if you don't know, she ain't gonna tell you. My youngest daughter kind of got my name. Right. But she'll tell people, that's like, are you related to that former football player? She's like, nah, my mom just liked this name though. So she used to root for the Broncos and she liked this name. So
listen, I can't. All my kids look like me. With that's a good thing because I look good. I look good.
Yeah.
You know,
how many do you have? You got how many?
11,
how many girls? How many boys?
11 and the possible.
How many boys? 11, how many girls?
8 and 3. 8 girls.
8.
Oh, yeah, Ocho. 11 in the possible. I'm not finished. I'm not finished either.
Huh?
I'm not finished. Yeah, man. Yeah, baby. She's trying to pretend like she's asleep. Yeah, I'm working, man. I can't listen. One thing you can't do in life is you can't end on the odd numbers. You can't end on the odd numbers. Well, odd numbers, that's bad luck.
No, having more kids is bad luck.
No, ain't bad luck. The cup runneth over.
Oh, yeah. My bank account don't. So, hey, check this out, Ocho. Did you see this? Women listed the places men shouldn't take them on a first date. Did you see that, Ocho? Did you see the places? So I'm trying to figure out where the hell Ocho. So I'm just trying to figure out where the hell am I supposed to take you? I can't take you to Applebee's or Chili's or Red Lobster or the buffet, IHOP. We can't go bowling. We can't go to the hookah bar. We can't go to Waffle House. We can't go to a sporting event. Not family functions. Not a coffee date. We can't even go to church. We don't. I want God to look down and say, you know what? They're a cute couple. I'm a bless them.
I think this list was made just for the sake of creating engagement, because I'm looking at some of this stuff. Movie night. Who don't want movie night? Who don't want to go bowling? Nightclubs. What's wrong with nightclubs? I don't do
your
nightclubs.
house.
What's wrong with
Number
that?
1 was Cheesecake Factory. Number 7 was you can't take me to your house.
Listen. Depending on the guy, and fellas, I know you watching this. If she likes you, if she really likes you, for you, where you go doesn't matter, because she's just happy to be in your presence. If she has a problem with anything on this list, anything placed on this list, it ain't about you. It's what you can do. That's it.
So what about
that's all it come down to.
So I guess we just gonna jump on the 405 and then get to the 10. We just gonna drive around. we can't go nowhere because hell, every place on here we can't go.
They talk about Starbucks. What's wrong?
Nightclub. I get the nightclub. I mean, who would want to go on a
whoa, Unc, a strip club date? You ain't never been on a strip club date with somebody?
No.
But that's the best. That's the you ain't never. Listen, you alive, but you ain't living, man. You alive, but you ain't living. You ain't never been on a. Unc, you gotta do that for me. Come to Tootsie's with me. Let's come down to Miami. Let's go to Tootsie's, man.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, Ocho. I ain't been to the strip club probably about 16, 17 years.
See, you know what? That's the problem. That's what's wrong with you right there. That's what's wrong with you right there.
I used to go for the wings. I get them wings and them chicken tenders at Magic.
You talk about Magic City?
As a matter of fact, hey, Madge, I remember what you said at the barbershop. I know what you said. You gonna name a meal after me. So I want that Unc on the menu.
Listen, hey, let's take a trip to Atlanta. You get your girl, I get my girl. We just go in there and just have some fun, just relax, unwind, let your wings out, man, and woosah. Throw some ones.
Ocho, if we go, look, I ain't been, but see, it's different, bro. I mean, you can't, Ocho, you can't go, bro. It's gonna be on TMZ and people taking pictures.
No. We in Atlanta. This Black Hollywood. We ain't got to deal with that. They not even gonna bother us. It just listen, I'm telling you, you work a lot. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot for a lot of people. You need a reset. You need a mental reset. You need some relaxation aside from something that you haven't done in a very long time, and you could use that. And what better person to have with you than somebody like me that doesn't even do it? No, I don't even do it. No,
let me tell you what. When I want some rest and relaxation, I do get to Atlanta. I go in my room. Right. I get massages. I get my nails done. I go get a haircut.
Right. See,
and
come on, man.
I come out. I go to the kitchen. I eat. I go back in my room. I don't even cut the TV on.
You alive, but you ain't living, baby. I got you. I got you. I got you.
I want my girl. I want us to do stuff, but going to the strip club, that ain't one thing I want her to do together.
That's the problem. That's the problem. You stuck in your box. You stuck in your ways. You have a routine and way that you do things.
No, we can go. You know what, Ocho? She would have a better chance getting me going on vacation than getting me to go to a strip joint with her.
It ain't her. I asked you to go with me.
I asked you to go with me and you. Rail ain't going. Ain't going.
Okay.
No, then me and you.
Let's go. Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Well, we can do that. Okay, next topic. Long as you say, again, back to this list. Back to this list. Fellas, this list means nothing when a woman likes you. A woman that likes you will walk with you hand in hand to the corner store. A woman that truly likes you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if you got to leave with money, you already know what time it is. Get in, have your fun, and keep it moving.
Let me ask you a question. Where did you go on your first date? Do you remember your first date?
McDonald's. You know that. I don't play. And people that I've dated in the past, they're gonna see this. With all due respect, I appreciate all y'all. We went to McDonald's. Hold on, man. Hold on, baby.
I'm talking about the first date you ever went on.
The first date, man. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing. If you can't appreciate what I love the most, then you have no business going me to nothing 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, or 2. Yeah, baby. Hold on. Baby. Ain't no, huh? Can you hear me? Tell Unc when we went for our first date. You heard him?
No, but it's good. I believe
he can't hear you. You got to scream. He can't hear you. You heard him?
Yeah. I
think yeah. And listen, if she had, if she frowned up or turned her nose up when I pulled through that drive-through, okay, boom, that would have been my last time seeing you. Nah, what you here for? Are you know what I think? Are you here for me? Are you here for the free meal?
I'm trying to think. If I'm not mistaken, Ocho, I didn't go to the prom in high school.
You ain't go to prom?
I didn't in high school. I started dating a young lady.
What's her name?
He was no, she married, got 2 kids now. I ain't gonna put nobody out there.
My bad.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, the prom we ended up going to Red Lobster.
Ooh, boy, them cheddar biscuits. Stop playing.
That was the because here's the thing, Ocho. Our coach, Coach Hall, like we ran track. Track normally fell on prom. Mm-hmm. And Coach Hall said, "What y'all want to do?" Now I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I want to go to college. What's the quickest route to get to college? Mm-hmm. Get to the NFL, make some money so I can take care of my grandma. I didn't think the prom was going to be the best use of my time.
Right. I like that.
We would normally having a track meet. Mm-hmm. Normally it was like it was either the region track meet or the state track meet.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was my thing. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Red Lobster was the first date that I went on. Mm-hmm. And but listen,
I wonder how many people would have a problem with Red Lobster. I wonder how many people listen. The cheddar biscuits at Red Lobster are
Red Lobster
tier.
Number 11 on the list.
Listen, let me tell you another thing that's top. Tell me you ever had the rolls at Piccadilly's. You ever had the dinner rolls at Piccadilly's? Mm-hmm. Or you never been to Piccadilly's?
Nah, we used to. I've never been to Piccadilly's, but there used to be a buffet called Morrison's.
Morrison's.
It was kind of, and I think Piccadilly. I think they merged.
Probably the same thing.
I remember my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Was the first time I had never heard of the buffet.
For real?
I had never heard of a buffet.
Okay.
Coach, we are a track team and we running track. Coach said, we run good. I'm going to take you guys to the buffet.
Yeah.
I don't know what no buffet is, but hell.
Right.
Hey, sound good. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, man, we get there and Coach coaches pays and I just see all this food.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm looking around like, so what we do? We wait for somebody to come serve us? You know what I'm saying? I really had never really been in a restaurant.
Right.
So I really don't know how this thing is gonna take. What's the deal? Mm-hmm. They say, nah, man, you just go around and get what you want. I was like, so I can get anything that's up here, I can get. They got chicken tenders, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, all this. They got ice cream, cookies, brown. I'm like, so I can get anything I want.
Yeah.
Man, Ocho, I wasn't the only one that had never had a buffet or didn't know what a buffet was.
Right.
So we eat until we make us. I mean, me and a couple of my teammates, we sick. Mm-hmm. So guess what we do? So hey, I'm gonna take some of this stuff home to my system, to my grandma. So I start getting napkins. You took in your pocket. Yeah, I put chicken in my pocket. Put some chicken. I had like 2 or 3 breasts, some short thighs, some drumsticks.
Right.
And so the coach sees us, but he don't say nothing. Right. I got cookies in my hand. I got brownies, and I don't even really like brownies, but I know my grandma, she like brownies.
Right.
My sister goes to fried chicken. So we get on the bus. Coach all turns around. He say, suckers, it's all you can eat, not all you can eat and take out. Man, we don't, everybody, but I wasn't the only one, Ocho. I wasn't the only one. But I always thought when I went somewhere like that, my grandma gonna get some of this food here. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And the funny thing, I'm looking at the list. I'm thinking I see churches on there too. What do you think? Me and my grandma, we went to Mount Olivet Baptist Church in Overtown. Mount Olivet Baptist Church in Overtown. Where do you think we went to eat at after church every Sunday? Church's Chicken. Why do you think I told you I don't like okras? Being nosy, dipping my hand in her stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We went to Granny house to eat. Because Sunday was the only time. I never had chicken. I never had chicken on any other day but Sunday. Now, if you didn't eat it all on Sunday, you got some other fried chicken on Monday. But I never had chicken. I never had fried chicken on any other day. That's the only time that we got chicken. Was Sunday. My grandmother would cut, my grandmother and my aunts would cut it up, and they would fry it fried Sunday morning. Obviously my grandfather got the two biggest pieces, and so we normally you get like a short thigh and a wing.
Right.
You wouldn't get the breast. My grandfather got the breast. He got the best piece. But you might get a short thigh drumstick, short thigh wing, something like that. But they fried everything, so we eat the neck and things and things like that. So I was like, man. And then the next day, what you didn't eat, my grandfather, got the flour and the water, and she smother fried it. So now we have fried chicken and whatever vegetable we had, and then we had smother fried chicken and rice on Monday. But hot dogs was Friday night. Ooh, my grandmother normally got paid.
Wait, hold on. With baked beans? Hot dog with baked beans, right?
See, you doing too much, Ocho. We got the hot dog. Check this out. We got the hot dog that came 50 in the pack, and they were like pink. You remember them hot dogs that came 50? Yeah. And they still had the plastic on them. When you put them in, those are the ones that we had. And back then, you got bread with 3 loaves for $1. You get 3 loaves of bread for $1. So we got those. My grandma bought that thing of 50 hot dogs. Man, you talk about, like I said, a bun.
Wait, you ain't had to forget. I know what you're talking about, but I mean, my mama, my grandma used to make the hot dogs, right? The same 50 pack you talk about.
Yeah.
Chop it up, the beans with the little honey in the beans and mix it up. What?
No. Granny wasn't doing all that. My grandma didn't. I mean, every once in a while, I mean, the only kind of like vegetables that we like, my grandmother would buy was kind of like cream corn, but most of the stuff, it came from a garden. My grandmother planted a garden, the people that had farms, they had okra, they had squash, they had butter beans, they had field peas, things like that. And so you would pick on the share. So if you pick 2 bushels, they got 1, you kept 1. You pick 4, they got 2, you got 2. And then, you bring them home, and then your thumb sore because you got to shell them. So, but that no. I could, that's what I remember. Me and my brother, we talk about that all the time, man. You remember, because my grandmother got paid on Friday, $197 every 2 weeks. $197.
It's amazing how times have changed, man.
Yeah, man. And like everybody around me didn't have money like that, so it wasn't no thing to me. It wasn't no thing, because once the summer come, we was gonna be able to work in the field, and we was gonna be able to make it. So check this out, Ocho. Giannis said LeBron James is the #1 all time, setting the blueprint for other NBA superstars. Giannis says some guys might say he's #2, but other guys like me say he's #1. For 21 years, you never get in trouble, to be able to take his family, protect his family, raise his kid the right way, be happily married, all those things. It's perfect. It's kind of like setting a blueprint for the rest of us to come forward. Now, I think Giannis, who's first or second best player currently playing, say LeBron James is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of current guys say it's Jordan, or they say it's Kobe, and that's well within their right. I ain't here to debate. That's your opinion. I think it's LeBron. But what do you take away? What's your takeaway from what Giannis said?
Listen, I like what Giannis said. And when there's a standard that's set, or there's a way to gauge someone you would like to be, or someone that represents not just the NBA shield to the highest of its highest order, but someone that represents being a father, being a husband, doing everything the right way. Yeah. Someone that had, I would think, probably the most expectations on their plate coming out of high school is LeBron King James. He has the tattoo of chosen for a reason. And for him to be able to live up to that with all the pressures and all that entails speaks volumes to this day. So some people in preference will be Jordan. Some people in preference will be Kobe. I'm not sure who else is in the discussion as being the best of all time. But listen, what LeBron has been able to do since day one, since he stepped foot on the court, 21 years later, it's respectable and it's commendable. And it's hard. How do you argue that? How do you argue the fact? Because the facts are right there.
The thing is, I think even though he had these high expectations, I think by everybody's estimations, he's exceeded no matter what you thought he could or couldn't become. He's exceeded your expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so for him to do it the way he has and to play at the level that he has, and the criticism, because this social media is a different animal.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody now is a GM. Everybody now is a former NBA player.
Yeah.
Everybody now is a head coach. And so
Mm-hmm.
now you got a platform. I've got a platform. 500 million, a billion people have platforms to voice their opinion of what they think a certain player is or isn't. And so for him to withstand that onslaught, and a lot of people have taken unnecessary shots at him, but for him to block the noise out, and because sometimes the noise can become deafening.
Yeah.
For him to do it his way and to surround himself, because a lot of times, I don't know who his father figure was in his life. I think his mama, Gloria Glow, did an unbelievable job, because think about it. He didn't go to college. So he didn't have a Dean Smith, Coach Smith, or he didn't have a Coach John Thompson, or he didn't have a Coach Boeheim, or he didn't have a Coach K. And if you think about it, he didn't have one of these, a Coach Allback or Phil Jackson, or one of these great coaches. This him figuring it out on his own. You're drafted at 18, turns 19, and think about it. He says, you know what? I just think, and surrounds himself with people that say, you know what? We don't want a handout. We just want the opportunity. Look what Rich Paul became. Look what Maverick Carter became. Look at what Randy Mills became.
Can I tell you something real quick?
Yes.
And this is a testament to where I was trying to guide you and take you a little bit. And I'm not going to preach to you today, but I want you to listen to everything that you just said. But you're leaving one important fact out. We talk about LeBron. No. Stay with me now. We talk about LeBron and the pressures that he's had to face and the noise that's been deafening throughout his life. You talked about Gloria and the job that she's done, saying that he's never had the coaches that have inspired you throughout life and kept you on the right track. But there's one piece that was always in place. That was always in place to make sure, regardless of what was going on the outside, once he went home to peace. Someone that kept him in line, and that was Savannah. And that is something that I've always told you, and I will tell everybody else that out there listening, and the credit and where it should go. Not just Jane, but sometimes when you have a woman's touch and a woman's guidance and a woman's vision, you might know where you want to go. But there's one person that knows how to open that door and close it behind you to make sure you reach whatever that end goal may be. And what she was able to do for him, it speaks volumes on why he's been able to sustain what he's done for such a very long time. Outside of the work he's had to put in, obviously, yes, but it all comes down to having that centerpiece to keep that entire household together. And she's the one. That's why I'm trying to get. I'm not done with you yet.
But everybody's not wired like Savannah. She said her job was to be a wife, make sure her husband was straight, and raise a family. Sometimes like I want my own, I want to do that. And it's kind of hard when you're married to a professional athlete, because he's going to be so demanding of your time.
Right.
And so for her to say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to push you to the front. I'll stand back. I'm going to because it's hard when you like a LeBron, or you date or married to a Tom Brady, or you married to one of these historically iconic. They are very selfish. The greater the player, the greater the ego. And the greater his time restraints are to film study and his body and doing all these things and to grow. And so a lot of the recitals and the practices and the taking to school and in the carpool lane, he ain't in there. Savannah's doing that, and she's okay with that. Sometimes one can become envious. Well, when do I get a break? When are you going to take him to the school? When are you going to go to recital? When are you going to go to ballet? When are you going to do this? But I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I know who she is. I've never spoken to the woman. I know Bron had a couple of conversations with, but I'm sure it's not easy because you do. I mean, hey, sometimes I'm like, man, hell, I wish I could take a day off and not get up and have to go to work.
Right.
But it's a 365, 24/7.
Yeah, 365. Listen, Most definitely, most definitely. And listen, it's difficult. I know it
Yeah.
is, but again, there's a reason why he set the blueprint. Not
Yeah.
just not just as a basketball player, but as a father and as a husband.
Oh man, it's
And
unbelievable.
it
Oh,
need to be studied. That's what
Ocho,
it need to do.
for me, Ocho, if I had it to do over again, if I could
Yes,
go
sir.
back, okay, I'm
Hmm.
gonna go back and I'm gonna start as a freshman in high school.
Yes, sir.
And instead of being a class clown and bull
Hmm.
jiving around, I'm gonna do
Hmm.
my work.
Hmm.
Now, even if I said, okay, I want to go back and I'm gonna go back to Savannah State,
Yes, sir.
I would have like been able to say no and not, oh Shannon, you got this great body. Ooh, you fine. I want to talk to you, blah, 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 and run with it.
Hmm.
I'd have got me one woman.
Yes, sir.
I'd have settled my you know what down. It'd
Yes, sir.
probably save me about $4-5 million, but that's neither here nor there.
Mm.
I probably would have. Now I don't regret. My kids love them. They're
Yeah.
great.
Hmm.
They forced me to become even more regimented, more disciplined, more determined, more
Hmm.
dedicated. Because I ain't just worried about Granny. I got
Hmm.
my own responsibilities
Right.
outside of Granny, outside of my mom and my sister. Although I know my brother is a dual deal with my brother that's helping my mom and my grandmother, my sister. Now I got responsibility that's not his responsibility,
Right.
or it's not our responsibility together. So that's probably of all the things. It's not, yeah. Of all the things, I wish I had gotten married earlier.
Hmm. But you know what? You know what the great thing about life is? The great thing about life is some people never graduate from high school. Some
Mm-hmm.
people never graduate from college,
Mm-hmm.
but something hits them in life, and regardless of age, you can go back and get your degree,
Yeah.
whether it's high school, and you can go
Oh, so
back
you
and
want
get
me to
your
go back
degree
and
with
get a
college.
wife?
Listen, that's gonna be my end goal as a part of this show. No matter what we talk about, no matter what we do, the ups and the downs. At the end of the day, my sole goal is to find your woman because I can't wait. And all I'm gonna say is I told you so at the wedding. I'm gonna get up and say I have a toast, and the toast is gonna be I told you
Well,
so.
well, I hope it's butter and jelly on that toast, because that's the only toast you're gonna be giving to me. Calais Campbell says he spends between 200 and 300,000 on his body after studying Brady and LeBron. I know you played against Calais. Big guy out of Denver, Colorado, wanted to be a
Yeah,
tight end.
yeah.
I've talked to Calais and said, you know what, man, I want to be like you, but I kind of grew out of the position and I couldn't
Right.
catch the ball like you could. If you knew what you know now, how would it have changed your career, or would you have done anything as far as training, as far as nutritional? What would you have done different, knowing what you know now?
Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have done a thing different. I respect individuals like LeBron and Tom Brady and the way they've taken care of their bodies and having to do some of the things that come with it. Calais Campbell spending 200, 300,000. Obviously, he's a bigger individual than I am, and therefore the wear and tear on his body might be a little different than it was for me. If I had to do it again, my diet and nutrition wouldn't change. The same thing I ate when I was in high school and through college, I ate it while I was in the NFL. The way I train, you already know. Still to this day, I'm a madman. I'm a madman. I got to be doing something. I got to be moving. I got to be doing something. And I played a very long time. I had no injuries. I had no injuries. So when Marvin Lewis appointed a nutritionist to our team, there was no reason for me to break what I was already doing because there was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing to fix. There was nothing to fix. And I think I was very fortunate. I might be one of the most fortunate NFL players to play an entire career and having no injuries outside of a dislocated pinky, a little nick here, a little nick there, but nothing major where it would cause me to miss any time. Therefore, when it comes to nutrition and to talk about taking care of your body, it's like, to me, everybody's different. Everybody's body's different. So it's hard for me to compare. I can't say anything about LeBron. I can't say anything about Calais Campbell or any other players that take care of their body and having to spend money on it. To me, I think it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. I get up, I train hard, I get in the cold tub, I get in the hot tub. I never got massages. I don't want nobody touching me. No, I never got massages, and
Well,
that's it.
obviously you believe the cold tub guy had something to do with it, or you wouldn't have got in it.
Oh no, because I saw everybody else doing it, so I just wanted to follow what everybody else was doing. At TJ,
No. Okay,
nah, I
okay. You
promise you,
did that. Okay, you did that once or twice. You did that throughout your career.
Yeah, because TJ Houshmandzadeh and Carson Palmer told me you should get in the cold tub. You're running yourself ragged. You're running, dude. Listen, let me tell you how I practice. This is I want to say that word. I want to say the R word. I was ridiculous. I did scout team. I went out. I did kickoff. I used to play the gunner. This is in practice just to get me in rhythm, preparing for a game. T.O.'s with us in 2010. T.O. pulled me to the side and said, "Man, what in the hell are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm taking all the goddamn snap. I said, "This is how I always get ready for Sundays." He said, "Man, you running yourself ragged, man. You're gonna be tired when the games come." I say, "T, this is the way I practice it, and I'm used to it." So that was one of the joys of having T there and having to show me how to manage my body and minimize some of the work that I was putting in during the week. But that's all that I knew. And I think that's one of the reasons why I never got hurt. I put my body through the ringer constantly to where, you know what, when it was time to play and time to get hit and take those hits, I just get right up and keep on going.
What if you get in the hyperbaric chamber? What if you eating right? Instead of having 11,000 yards, you had 14,000. And instead of having 60 touchdowns, you had 90.
How? I just told you I never got hurt. I didn't miss any time. So where those numbers gonna come from? Madden?
No. Maybe instead of that, maybe you break a tackle. Instead of having a 15-yard game, you get a 30-yard game.
I never got tackled by the first man.
Man, stop it, Ocho.
You saw what I did to Ray. Don't play me like that.
No, I saw you got flapjack.
But listen, another thing that I hate. People, I'm eating healthy. I'm eating healthy because it's gonna help me perform better. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because how you perform is a skill set. It's a skill set based on how hard you train and what God has blessed you with. And you putting the two together, not the food. Saying, if I eat salads and I eat healthy and I do all this nutrition stuff, all of a sudden I'm going to be Jerry Rice. No, you're not.
No.
Listen, either you good or you're not. That's it.
But I do believe. But like you said, it's a mindset. You don't believe. See,
bingo. Mindset.
The fact that you don't believe it's going to help is not going to help. There's a reason why doctors tell you that. There's a reason why doctors tell you when you have surgery to keep a positive mind.
Right.
But because the mind really controls the body. So you're not going to get the benefits out of it because you're already going in with a negative mindset.
Even if you're not going in with a negative mindset, I'm using common goddamn sense and logic. Telling me what I put in my body is going to help me perform better.
So why did you believe
lie.
So
it's a lie.
But you, I disagree. I disagree.
Oh my God.
I disagree.
Either you're good at your craft or you're not. If you're telling me, I'm eating salads, that means when somebody's in front of me playing man to man, I'm gonna be able to get open and create separation because of what I put in my body. That's not the way that works.
You have a seed, but you haven't a single. But see, here's the thing: I believe the guy that trains hard has the better nutritional. I think that helps. I'm not saying that somebody
helps with what in what area.
Your
because
body.
When you get on the field, it's based on your skill set. Your skill set, nothing more.
But let me ask you a question. So why don't they put regulated gas in high performance cars if it didn't make a difference?
Come on with the car analogy.
No, I'm just saying. So what's your body? What's your body? Is your body not a machine? Yes or no?
It's my temple.
Okay. So why you wouldn't put the highest
they got you believing that 97 is the healthy shit. That's how they fool you into selling their product.
Well, here's the thing though, Ocho. What I did is that I tried it for myself.
Right.
See, yes, I could have I said, but let me see. And then I saw what it did.
What did it do?
I saw
mentally. That's what it did.
I saw the changes in my body. I saw the changes when I made the switch in 93. I said, you know what? I'm going to bring my own food to work. I'm going to start eating like this. I'm going to start training like this. I saw the benefits. Now, obviously, all these hyperbaric chambers and all this other stuff that came around, these physio guys that had these personal trainers, there's a reason why. There's a reason why, Ocho.
All that's a money grab, man. Can I ask you a question? How many years you played?
I played 14.
You ever been hurt?
Yes.
You had any surgeries?
Yeah.
You know why you had surgeries?
I fractured my eye socket.
Oh,
Had
eye socket. Okay.
yeah, scoped
What
my
else? What else?
broke my collarbone.
Broke your collarbone. What else?
Uh, had scoped on my ankles a couple of
Oh,
times. Scoped my knees.
your ankle. Oh, your knees too.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't had nothing wrong with me.
Yeah, but see,
I ain't had nothing wrong with me. And
but see, you out there with them pretty boys. See, I'm out there banging them things.
I was in the trenches.
No, you
I
weren't.
was in the trenches, and I played reckless. Check my
Nah.
resume and check the film.
You outside the numbers, bro. I saw you one time.
Bro.
One time inside the hash, and everybody saw how it ended.
Listen, what era of football did I play in? AFC North, 2000 Ravens, Steelers, Browns.
Bro, they had them. Bro, they had them relax. Bro, they had them relax the rules, the incidental contact, bro. Stop
relax
that.
the rules. Stop playing, man. Why you playing on my top like that? McDonald's, my whole career. No injuries. Nothing.
Just think about what you could have been.
I was him.
What you could have been.
I was him.
If you notice if you take all the top end guys, you look at the guys that played Jerry, look at Walter Payton, look at Tom Brady, look at Jordan, look at Kobe, look at LeBron, look at all the high end guys. What did they do?
Let me tell you something. Everybody trying to be like them, you ain't gonna be nan one of them.
No, but what if you could be a better version of you?
Jordan ate McDonald's.
What? Yeah,
Usain Bolt ate McDonald's.
Not when he was training for the Olympics. When he was training for the Olympics.
I call Michael right now. I call Michael Jordan right now. Let him tell you. I call Mike. Hold on. You want me to call him? Don't do that. Michael Jordan ate McDonald's. Talk to me now.
Ocho.
Chicken McNuggets.
Ocho.
Before the game.
Ocho. You could eat anything in moderation.
And listen, why do we continue to use the highest of iconic athletes as examples is beyond me, because nobody is going to be like them.
Is that what you're striving for? Let me ask you a question. Do you take financial advice from anybody that ain't got money? Yes or no? You listen to the Elon Musk. You listen to guys that built businesses.
I don't take financial advice from nobody but myself. That's why I still got all my goddamn money. Period.
Ocho.
Now listen to me. I did it. I did it with no injuries. So you're not going to tell me the way I did it don't work, because it worked. Because you had 37 surgeries and I ain't had none.
Ocho.
Yes, sir.
So what if the difference, Ocho? But think about it.
Ain't no different.
Ocho. But think about it. How many seventh round picks after the merger made it to the Hall of Fame?
Hold
on. Give me a second. I'm gonna give you the floor. How many seventh round picks? Become on to be an All Pro and go to 8 Pro Bowls? How many?
Can you finish? Can I finish? Can I go?
Go ahead.
Can I go? How many young kids out of Liberty City beat the odds and then end up dead or in jail from selling dope? Let me finish. You let me finish. Let me finish. Mm-hmm. How many kids from Liberty City made it to the NFL and was a 4-time All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, name cemented, legacy cemented, name in the stadium? How many? I ain't got no yellow jacket, but I made my own. And that's sufficient enough for me.
How many people live in Liberty City? How many people? What you say the population of Liberty City is?
Now or back then? I'm talking about in the 80s when it was a war zone. In the early 90s when it was a war zone. I'm talking about during the dope era.
How many people you think live in Liberty City? Liberty City.
I'm not sure.
15,000, 20,000, 30,000?
I wouldn't even sit here and throw a number out there because I don't know. I'm just being honest. I don't want to play that game. I don't know, honestly.
Well, where I grew up at, it was 3,500 people. What's the likelihood of you getting 2 out of 3,500?
What's the likelihood of me even surviving and getting the opportunity to even play?
Ocho. So let me ask you a question. Are there any other players that came out of Liberty City that played in the NFL?
Yeah, it's a few. Okay. It's a few right now.
So
do you understand what Liberty City I came out of?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yes. Ocho.
80s, 90s, Liberty City.
Ocho.
It was ugly.
Yes.
It was ugly.
Ocho.
My chances of getting out was this.
Yeah, Ocho.
This.
Ocho.
I ain't talking.
The odds, the odds were stacked against you.
Way against.
Yes, but you beat the odds. Now, just imagine. Mm-hmm. Look, like I said, in your mind, you don't believe that
I don't.
Nutrition, proper, massage, physio, all that. You don't believe it worked. We've done a poll. We got over 2,000 votes. 83% believe that nutrition matters.
What are 83% at? Who they play for?
2,000.
Who they play for?
See, hold on. Now you doing the argument. Now you trying to invalidate people because they didn't play sports.
No, because they would. If you didn't play the game and you think nutrition matters,
yeah.
What are you using as the fact that nutrition works? What are they gonna say? Oh,
2,300.
LeBron did it. No, y'all ain't. You're never gonna be those individuals they are once in a lifetime.
Let me ask you a question: Are there more athletes like you that eat whatever they want that don't believe, or are there more athletes that eat nutrition?
I guarantee you, there are more athletes like me than it is that eat healthy, and I can guarantee you that, especially in today's game. I can guarantee you that.
I disagree.
Let's bet.
I disagree.
Let's bet.
Because you see all. I disagree. I don't know how we quantify. You know what?
Why do you think? Take a poll. Can I ask you a question? Why do you think the injuries are up higher? Why do you think the injuries are more significant now than as opposed to before?
Because
can I tell you why? Let me finish. Let me tell you. Can I tell you why, please?
Yeah.
Real quick. I love you to death. The injuries are up higher because they eating all this motherfucking healthy shit. You play a barbaric sport. Running 100 miles an hour, running into each other, but you eating like a goddamn rabbit, and you expect to survive a 17-game season, but you eat like a goddamn rabbit. It ain't gonna work. Something has to give. You know what's given? Your fucking body and its ligaments.
I believe a reason why the injuries. I believe the guys are getting bigger, stronger, and faster. But I also believe that the guys don't put their bodies through the rigors. They don't practice hitting during the course of the week like we once did. And so now you're asking a car that hasn't been driven at 100 miles an hour during the week to say, you know what, on Sunday, go 100 miles an hour without being warmed up. That is my belief. There's no way to definitively determine it. But do you believe the guys are bigger, stronger, and faster? Yes or no? Do you believe the guys in the NFL are bigger, stronger, and faster than they were in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s? Do you believe guys are getting bigger, stronger, and faster?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so that means so hold on. Let me ask you a question. So don't say collisions,
because you can't even hit no goddamn body today. You can't even hit nobody today. You can't even hit no goddamn body today. Don't do that.
Look,
you can hit Kareem Jackson just got suspended 4 games for playing football the way we did in the 2000s.
But hold on,
you can't even hit nobody no more.
You can hit them. It's just a penalty now, and we understand that they're trying to make the game, and we understand with the lawsuits, with the CTEs and things of that nature. We understand. Themselves. Yes. But all I know is that we got 2,900 votes, and 83% says yes, nutrition plays a role.
They don't know what they talk about because ain't none of that 83% could cover me. Ain't none of that 83% cover me, and I'm out there on 2 cheeseburgers. And what you gonna do with me? Nothing.
Nah. We got 3,000 votes. Ocho, they do with your boy because they say, look at this right here.
They lying.
That's what I was able to do right now.
Wait a minute. Let me come up. What you talking about?
Ocho, you a stick figure. You straw man.
What you talking about, man? I ain't the only one you talking about, man. What you talking about, man? You ain't the only one. Yeah, look at that. You laughing. It's 2:30. What you talking about, man? Look at that, man. Solid, boy.
Ocho, you a buck 60. You might be a buck 60.
Man, look at this, man. What you talking about, man? I just look like this, man. You made me come up out my shirt, man.
Man, Ocho, you wild, bro. You wild.
Nah, but listen, that's a good topic. I just honestly, I know I play around a lot, but in all seriousness, for me, nutrition, I just felt if it wasn't broke, there was nothing for me to fix. It worked for me. It might not work for the next person. I knew and understood my body. If they understand and know their body, you do whatever works for you, man.
You know what? I thought that same way until I tried it. And then I saw like, man, I had more energy, I had more stamina. I was able to recover. But hey, like I said, it's up here. If you don't believe it's gonna help, it ain't gonna work for you. I believed it. Mind is a powerful thing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to another episode of Nightcap. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85, one of the best route runners. He's number 2 on the route running list. He's number 3 on the route running list.
Why every time I get hot, you be ready to get off?
Nah, because I got to go to work tomorrow. Hey, Ocho, I got some bad news for him. There will be no episode of Nightcap On Thursday, um, is my daughter's celebrating. We had a celebration week. And normally, I would have forego that.
Uh-huh.
But at this time of my life now, my kids have sacrificed enough.
Mm-hmm.
They used to sacrifice going to the amusement park, going to the zoo, going to things, going out, so daddy could fulfill his dream, working out, training, getting ready. Well, I didn't work out, I trained. And so now, when it comes to the kids, work takes a back seat. Work takes a back seat. So Thursday, I'm going to be at the game with my daughter to see the Lakers open up against the Sun. So she's excited about that. She's like, Dad, this is one of the best birthday weeks I've ever had. We saw Usher on Friday. We saw Adele, and then we're going to cap it off with seeing King James take on Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to miss you guys on Thursday, but you best believe I'll be back and ready to go on Sunday.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
So
we finna go.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. How many did we do? Did we do okay tonight with the views? Okay. Wow, we had 17,000 tonight, Ocho.
Wait, we finna get off?
Yeah, we finna get off. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Nightcap with Unc and Ocho. Again, thank you for the support. Remember, click that subscription button. Guys, in a little over 2 weeks, we've gotten almost 179,000 subs. That's follow subscriptions. Woo! We really appreciate that. We're growing faster than we ever imagined. Thank you. It shows that you really appreciate our content. You appreciate our authenticity. Like I said, you come for the football takes, the sports takes, but you stay for the stories. And we got a bunch more to go. So thank you. God bless. And we'll see you Sunday.
I love y'all. Call me if you need me.
Time for Ocho and I to make some predictions for the start of the basketball season and introduce a new game called the VLTED Challenge. We're excited to use the VLTED app, spelled VLTED. VLTED is an app where you can track your sports prediction and participate in daily cash prize pools. Show off your sports knowledge by dropping a hot take or challenging your friends to a variety of predictions. Download the app and join my basketball pool on the VLTED app for a chance to win $2,500 in cash prizes. The best part, every pool is completely free to join. All you have to do is answer the questions and risk confidence points on each prediction for a chance to walk away with some serious cash. Congratulations, Jay Patel, on winning last week's pool and walking away with $2,000 first place prize. Before we go head to head on some challenges, it's time for my weekly sharp prediction that will be locked into the VLTED app. I'm taking the Lakers to win over 47.5 games. All right, I've got a few more predictions for basketball tip-off, and Ocho wants to challenge me on the ones he disagrees with. Remember, you can prove you're smarter than your friends by using the VLTED Challenge feature. All right, Ocho, first up, we got the Lakers at the Nuggets. I predict Nikola Jokic will have more rebounds than Anthony Davis. I'm willing to risk 30 units on that. Tell me why tomorrow night AD will be chairman of the boards.
You know why AD is going to be chairman of the board. You're a basketball guy. And you know AD led the league in rebounds per season each game last year with, 12 and a half, something like that, around that. And he going to do the same thing.
Okay. Putting up 30 units to match mine. All right, next
going to lose 30.
The Suns at the Warriors. I'm predicting Devin Booker scores more points than Kevin Durant. 20 units.
You don't even believe that yourself.
I put them 20 units up.
Man, Kevin Durant is one of the greatest scorers of all time, averaging 29 points per game. But you think Devin Booker, no disrespect to him, you know, he can get to the rim. And, you know, he averaged about 27. Mm-hmm. But if you think he's going to come and average more than Kevin Durant, there's something wrong with you.
Well, here's the thing. KD might be a little bit amped. You know, he's going back to Golden State for the first time since 2019. First time playing back Golden State. So he might be a little excited because obviously you want to get it like, look, guys, we did what we did, but you know, I was KD before I arrived here. I'm still KD, so I'm taking Book. I like my pick. Last up, I'm predicting the Miami Heat will make the play-in tournament. Play-in. I'm risking 10 units. Tell me why you believe the Miami Heat will be comfortably into the playoffs.
Listen, you know the Miami Heat gonna be comfortably into the playoffs because they comfortably into the playoffs every year.
No, they weren't.
We don't have
They were the play. We don't have
the. Yeah, you're right. You're right back there. Let me take that back. But again, we are a team with no true super duper stars.
Mm-hmm.
We have Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, who was hurt last year, Bam, and we know how to win as a team. We know how to win as a team.
Boston,
and that is exactly what
I like. Boston,
garbage.
I like Milwaukee. The Cavaliers. You know what? I think the Washington Wizards going to be better this year.
Whoa. Come on, man.
I said what I said.
How about this? You said what you said. How about I bet we coming out the East?
Coming out what East? You from the East? Where you going? You heading west?
How about we coming out? No. How about we coming out the East? Let's bet that. Bet that. Now throw some units on that.
All right.
You talk about playing
20 units.
You talk about playing.
I ain't supposed to be betting no more units, but I'm gonna bet 20 units.
I'm talking about coming out the East.
I mean, what you putting up?
Play in
AC units?
Nah, whatever kind of units you want. Storage units.
Exactly. So there are our predictions. They're now locked into the VLTED app. If you want to prove you're smarter than your friends, go download the VLTED app and use the challenge feature. And make sure you enter my basketball pool. It's totally free to join, and first place wins $2,000. Remember, VLTED, spelled VLTED, and the QR code is right on your screen.